So why don't you tell me?
How does Moses make coffee? He brews it.
And then Ryan goes.
That was good, right? Didn't see that one coming.
I did not see that one coming at all. Really, I was genuinely surprised. I think I'm more surprised than Roger was. I was asking him.
Did you get it?
I got it.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
He brews it.
Yeah.
I feel like that didn't take explaining.
No, it didn't.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? It's a beautiful day here at Evike.com. George and I are filming 2 episodes of Not So Roundtable back to back.
We should just have it be like a part 1 and part 2. We just consistently just go through.
If you want to do that, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll just do that. So we're gonna sit at this table answering questions
in the exact same position.
In the exact same shirts and positions for 40 minutes.
Yeah. You guys know how the Not So Roundtable works. Your questions, as submitted in previous videos in the comments section, get selected and put into the helm of reasoning, which George is shuffling currently. Those questions get answered by George and I, and then...
And Matt has coffee right now, so he just got a little bit happier. When he came in, he's like, wait, we're doing this first?
By the way, if you guys haven't tried our Guns and Coffee brand coffee yet, you're missing out. It's really good. It's actually really good out of French press. That's my favorite way to do it. Of course, this one's been slightly tainted because all we had in the kitchen was Splenda. And I hate
Splenda?
Fake sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that have aspartame in it?
It does. It's got that funky aftertaste. I hate it. You want to start us off, George?
Not really.
Come on.
Roger still hasn't told me what he's doing this weekend.
Come on, get to the questions.
Roger still hasn't told me what he's going to do this weekend. You have a 3-day weekend. What are you going to do, Roger?
We have a 3-day weekend?
Yeah. Labor Day's on Monday.
Oh. I have no idea what I'm going to do with myself.
So, yeah. Joe LaRose asks, can Roger and Ryan take your guys' place for a video, please? I was hoping that if this question was drawn, that
they
Ryan
would both be here.
There, and then we could take over the camera work.
Let's put that back in.
Okay.
To be revisited, Josh.
Yes.
We'll make that happen.
I think it'd be funny.
It may be against Roger's will, but it'll happen.
That's all right. Austin Asmus asks, hey, Insert, if you could pick one celebrity to be your battle buddy for the day, who would it be and why?
One celebrity?
Yeah, I know we had a bunch of these show up one day, and we put this one back in.
Well, Rhonda still hasn't responded.
You haven't made your.
But apparently she's going to the Marine Ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Airsoft would be more fun.
We don't get to wear a pretty dress. Well, you
could.
You could. You could, I guess.
I mean, I have some pretty dresses that would work well for Airsoft.
If I could pick one celebrity to be my battle buddy, it would be Evike Matt.
No, I'm not a celebrity. That doesn't count.
Yeah, you are.
No, you pick a real celebrity.
No.
What?
You can't make me.
Okay, fine. If I had to pick a celebrity to be my battle buddy for the day, a celebrity, any celebrity.
All right, I have an answer now. That's not you.
If I had to pick a celebrity, like a singer or movie star,
yeah, anything.
Or anybody, any celebrity, to be my battle buddy.
Yeah. So meaning you airsoft with them.
But I can't shoot them.
No, you cannot shoot them. Well, you could. I mean, but you have to treat it like when you and Jet are on a team together. You know how you run around and you skip with each other, holding hands and stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, that's your battle buddy.
Jack Nicholson. Oh, that would be hilarious.
Jack Nicholson. So I came up with an answer. I would say that Jeremy Piven could be that person, but he has to pretend he's Ari Gold for the entire time and run around saying obscenities.
Gotcha.
That'd be the only way. And I'd be way taller than him. It'd be kind of awkward.
That's true.
Because most actors are really short.
I realize that Jack's kind of old now. Older,
yeah.
But I also feel like his expressions would be... You know who would be probably amazing at Airsoft? Tom Cruise.
Probably.
Because he does all of his own stunts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still wouldn't Airsoft with him, though.
No.
We're not battle buddies.
All
right.
Got that question out of the way.
Yeah. Although, I mean, technically, if we were going the YouTube route, technically Jet would still be my battle buddy. Because he's an actual celebrity.
And you're not?
Correct.
You hear that, Jet? You hear that? Matt just gave you a compliment.
James and Kent Airsoft Show.
So did I.
Hey, answered. How long in advance to a Millisim event do you begin prepping? That's a good question because we've got we got Ironclad coming up.
And Matt just found out today.
No, I knew. I just didn't remember that it was next week.
Yes, I'm like, yeah, because we're going to film 40 minutes of insert because you won't be in next Friday. And he's just like, what are we doing next Friday? I'm like, you'll be in Mississippi. He's like, why?
Right. So how long in advance to a Millisim event do you start begin prepping? And in parentheses, they say packing gear, possibly carbo loading, or if you're really serious, tapering. Tapering?
Bless you.
Thanks, Roger.
What, you
So
can't
yeah,
hold your sneeze in?
So, okay, to be completely fair, I don't start packing until the day the day before. But I usually leave I'll when we get back from an airsoft event, I'll leave the gear out to air out for a day or two. And then I put it right back in the gear bag that I take to events. I dry out my Camelback and then put that back in the vest, and then everything kind of all the gear I take kind of stays in my bag to take. And then the only thing I'm packing the night before is making sure that I have my batteries packed, or packing the clothing that would have needed to be washed or whatever.
Yeah, it's usually I would like to say that I pack in advance, but I don't. I will try to pack for Ironclad probably this weekend since it's a 3-day weekend, because I have to lay out everything. I can't just assume that it's all in there.
This is why I always have something that I've forgotten.
So I have my own checklist that I built off of other checklists that are pretty good. Like American Milsim has a checklist, Milsim West has a checklist, but I kind of built my own.
I don't think I've ever seen those checklists.
Yeah, I offered it to you, and you actually I printed you out one once, and I think you just left it.
I think I left it here.
So I lay out everything usually in my living room so that way I can see everything, and I just go through and then I pack it, and then I know I have everything.
Gotcha.
And if I don't do that, usually I won't be able to sleep very well because I'll think I'm forgetting something.
Speaking of packing for Ironclad, now that I know it's next week, I was thinking about going and getting some new boots.
Go to REI this weekend.
I know they're having a sale on Salomon's. 20% off.
Ooh. Yeah, you should do that this weekend.
But then I'll be part of the Salomon's operator. Love you, Jet. Okay.
And then your feet will be like, I don't care.
Yeah, well. But no, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my 511s.
Yes,
they're great
but the
boots.
Salomon XTs are GTX boots.
Is it the GTX?
Yeah, the GTX.
That's the one I should be looking for?
Yes.
I don't even know if they have that.
They probably do. Just look for the high-top GTX boots.
The thing I like about the 511s is they're an 8-inch boot. And to my knowledge, Salomon doesn't make an 8-inch boot. I think they make a 6-inch, right?
It still covers your ankle.
But I like the ankle coverage.
That's fine. Then keep wearing your
My
511s.
ankles are 6 inches up my leg. Makes no sense. All right, you want to answer the next question? Rolling on through.
You cut this one really well. I can tell.
How you guys doing today? Everybody doing good? Is this a good Wednesday for you guys?
This is a really long question.
Happy hump day? Meaning the hump of the week, not the action.
XX Tony Dat Tiger 3RXX asks, "Hey, insert. I feel like you probably been asked this question before.
We have, I guarantee.
But what is the most entertaining thing you've seen another airsoft player do? I once saw a guy call his hit, sit on the ground, pull out a sub from Subway, and eat it in the middle of the firefight."
What? Like pulls out a sandwich and begins eating lunch?
Also, thank you, Beeve, for the Evike TV patch you gave me and my buddies at Bad Blood East. You're welcome.
Nice of you.
I'd say one of the funnier ones was actually from Bad Blood East. There was like a kid who was doing like a pizza delivery mid-game, like running with a pizza box that had pizza in it.
What?
Yeah, we still had pizza left.
Okay.
And it was left on the field in this one area, so they picked up the pizza and did like a pizza run.
In the game?
In the game.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think I filmed that too.
Nice.
Play that clip maybe right now. I don't know. If I can find it. But that's
okay.
that's pretty much up there. I've seen another friend. His nickname was Groundhog, and the reason it became that was because he tried to dig a hole with his butt, meaning like
Wait,
like a
is that
groundhog.
round hoe?
Yes, but that's a different story.
Okay. I was just making sure.
I can tell that
okay.
story later. So he like he used his butt to kind of dig a hole in the ground like a groundhog.
Gotcha.
And that's how he got his name. JP, we love you.
Funny story. I was actually going to mention JP as well because we had that game at Desert Fox where he dressed up like a Jedi. All of us are using airsoft guns and he's running around with a lightsaber. Bro, funny, but come on, this is airsoft. And then
JP.
I did have a lot of fun when we did that game at Warped Ops where we were all dressed up in funny costumes. That was fun. Funny.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't there for that one, but that looked funny. Mm-hmm. You looked like you enjoyed yourself with your spray painted on soft armor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I think the funniest airsoft playing moment I ever had, and this is the last one I'll talk about. I was at Airsoft Playground, which was Tax City North, which is no longer open. This is years and years ago, and I'm on what was known as hay side, and they called it that because one side of the field was a majority of like haystacks. And I was looking at city side, and city side was a majority of plywood buildings and things. And everyone was playing on city side, and I had already been eliminated. So I'm in the spectators area, which was hayside, and we're watching through, and there's this one wall, and it's got a window in it. And if you can imagine two airsofters on either side of the wall, neither one is advancing towards the wall to get a better angle, but one pops up and shoots and then ducks, and the other one pops up and shoots and then ducks. And this goes on for like 3 minutes. It was just like hip fuck, hip fuck, hip fuck, hip fuck, hip fuck, and like all of us are watching, going like, why doesn't someone move up or flank around? But it's just this teeter-totter of shooting each other and no one's getting hit.
That's interesting.
It's one of my favorite moments.
That's definitely up there.
All right,
That's a pretty good story.
All right. Whoa. Sorry. Okay. What do we got here? Jacob Mahler asks, "Hey, Enser, have you ever been to a game where the teams are divided up unfairly?"
Unfairly how?
I imagine he
larger
means like the
numbers?
teams are stacked. Like you
numbers
got,
or
yeah.
like all the good players on one team?
Let's talk about both.
Okay. We've been to both.
Yeah.
Of course. My thoughts on it are usually the same. For the numbers, I don't care, to be honest with you. Other team has 40 more dudes. Sweet.
More targets.
More targets, more fun. That's the way I see it for that. I'm not going to ever complain about, they had more people. Not going to care. In terms of maybe having the better players on one team, I've been on the receiving side and the other side. And sometimes, it happens on accident where some people just want to play with your buddies, and, I can understand that. And you just steamroll pretty hard.
Gotcha.
I remember, the first time Code Red Airsoft Park opened, we went to their grand opening. It was, our team and then, two other teams that we knew all started the first game, and it was basically us all on one team, and it was just a bunch of regular
just
guys randos on the other team, right? Game starts, that
Pub
game
destruction.
ended in, about 2 minutes. That whole game was just over, and they started complaining, the other team. It was like, what the heck? And so, they were cheating or whatever. No, the refs just no, they just rolled you guys. Mm-hmm. So we'll divide up the teams. We didn't know.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Okay, so the two occasions that come to mind. Well, okay, so the first occasion that comes to mind was recently this year. Jet and I are good friends, and we love playing together. But when we are forced to be on opposite teams, we have a little bit of a rivalry. Both of us like to win.
Yeah. I think
Really,
it's a lot of hand too.
We like to win a lot. And we went to this game that we did at GamePod, and I'll be honest, I kind of stacked the teams a little bit in my favor with a little bit more experienced people that I knew. And
how'd you do this?
remember, I had people sign up on my team for GamePod. Like, I contacted friends that I knew were going.
Oh.
And then we show up, and Jet's just like, "How is everyone on your team?" And then we did well. And then the other occasion is I used to be on this team, TAC Force. What's up, guys?
It still exists.
It still exists, sort of. There's a couple of us left. And we used to play at, of course, I'll bring up Airsoft Playground again. That was our home field. We kind of ran things there. A lot of the guys on the team were the refs there. So we knew the field really well. And because we would train and practice weekly, like several times a week, like we all worked really well together. Nonverbal communication, we worked really well together. And whenever we'd go and play, if there were more than 5 of us, the teams would automatically get stacked. That's just how it worked there. So it would be the 5 of us or more versus whoever else was playing that day. So we'd go into games where it was 30 on 5. And we'd still eliminate the round in 40 seconds. But, it's sometimes fun to get stacked against. Like,
you learn really quickly of
what not to do.
So there's some people who get too up on it. I know that Jet gets a little bit too involved with winning sometimes. I know you do too.
Dude, winning's the best.
Huh? Winning's the best?
Well, and playing Airsoft is fun.
Yes, but I think, anyway, so they get a little bit
I don't
heated.
Oh, yeah, that's
heated. They both get a little bit heated. They won't admit it, but they both get very heated.
Wait till we go back to Balhack. Bringing it to them.
No, you're not.
My team's going to win next year.
How is your team going to win next year? You going to bring floaties?
Yeah, I'm going in the swamp with floaties. Answer the next question, George.
Wait, you want me to talk about your swamp experience?
My swamp experience was amicable. Wait, that's the wrong word for that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
CFMC Gamer 1999 asks, what is the most unique airsoft gun you have ever used in an airsoft game? Did you ever use your G3 in an airsoft game?
In a game, yeah.
Did you ever use the swordfish conversion for it? Mm-hmm. That's pretty unique.
The Marlin.
Yeah. It's pretty unique.
So basically what I did, I'll bring it in one of these days. It has no gearbox in it, so it'd be kind of pointless. But basically what I did is I modified the front of a G3. Actually, I modified the front of a G&G FS.51. So if you can find one of those, they're super cool because it's like a bigger MP5. It has the correct rail segment for a swordfish. And the G3 front end and the MP5 front end are close enough that they can be modified to be compatible. And then you take the swordfish front end with a Nitro Vo top rail for a G3, and you can make a G3 swordfish, which I named the Marlin. Watch, someone's going to make it now and sell it. Royalties can be sent to Evike.com, care of Matt.
Royalties, you have no contract. And let me see. I built, before it was very popular to build these, it was like when the M4 front end conversion kit for the AK just came out.
Right.
We got that really quickly and we made a bunch of those.
But you guys also made, before the AK a buffer tube adapter even existed, I know you guys made your own.
We made that, but the problem is then everybody made it and we're like, this is stupid, and we still got rid of it. But I did have a pretty unique Magpul AK that people would get confused with and put the wrong magazine in Chrono Lines, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. It's always fun to see people's experience when they're just, they see it and they're like.
But now there's like the SR47 and then everything, or the conversion kit now there's like 4 different versions, so it's just not as cool now. It's lost its touch. Another friend of mine has built a railed Thompson.
Nice. That's right. I saw that. Yeah.
Dave built that, which was really funny. Didn't work very well, but it doesn't matter.
I think the most unique one I've ever seen, I was playing a CQB game, and a dude was running around in a trench coat, black trench coat, and he had a guitar case.
Yeah, I remember you told me
put
about
an airsoft gun in it and like a string to pull the trigger. So as you were holding the guitar case, you'd pull up on like a keychain ring, and it'd pull the string and pull the trigger. Not very accurate, but that was cool.
Your question.
It's mine? Okay. Yeah. You want to make this the last one for this episode of part 1?
No, this is part 1, so it'll just be...
Oh, we'll just keep going?
We'll just keep going, and then we'll just cut it. The goal will be to get it to 40 minutes, and then we just cut it in half. And Roger's going there going, I hate you!
All right. Hey, insert... Oh, this is from Schnee TV.
Schnee TV?
Schnee TV. Schnee. Hey, insert. I'm looking for a new uniform to get, and I can't... I'm sorry. I can't decide between a Boonie hat or a ball cap. Any recommendations on which I should get? I like Boonie hats for their sun blocking capability. Like you got a nice kind of rim shade around it. The only problem that you're going to have is if you're running goggles that use a back strap, you either got to run them under the Boonie.
Yeah.
Or if you try to run it over, then the Boonie sides
are
going to turn into like a tunnel, or I guess you could Dundee them. It's the Dundee. So then But in terms of if you're playing like close quarters combat, you might be better just using a ball cap turned backwards so that it protects your neck, and then you can still run your goggles or a full face pro if you'd like. The one thing you can't do really with a Boonie is full face pro. Like if you wanted to run like a paintball style mask or a full face airsoft mask.
Ball caps you can get ball caps anywhere, and most of the time you can get them for free from companies at events and stuff like that. So
we regularly throw out.
we regularly throw out plenty of hats. Airsoft.com, there'll be plenty of hats being thrown around from every brand, everywhere.
Yeah.
So in terms of a cheap solution, ball caps are good. In terms of a practical solution, ball caps are good. Boonie hats, when they come, like when you buy them, not very useful.
They're super stiff.
They're super stiff, and they're too wide.
And they have like this like
no. So anyway, what
situation.
I do, and a lot of other people do is they'll cut their Boonie brim in half with scissors.
I just saw Matt Washington do that on his Facebook.
Yes, it's a military thing that they actually do, because they want like a shorter Boonie. So what they'll do is cut it kind of in half. It'll start to fray, but you want it to fray. That's like the look, and then it kind of. Yeah,
That's how you do that?
Yeah, you literally just cut it in half and all my Boonie hats, every single one I have, and I don't use them very much for airsoft, but I do use them for if I'm gonna go hiking or whatever, and like they actually look pretty dope once you cut the brim in half.
That's why I always look like a doof when I'm wearing my.
Yep,
because I haven't
exactly because it's too wide, man. You want the shorter Boonie. Then it doesn't look.
I've learned something.
Yeah, no, and they're I mean, if I was gonna do like a recce type event, I wouldn't wear a helmet. I'd probably just wear a Boonie hat like that and wear some
full
goggles underneath it, or depending on the event, maybe my M frames or whatever.
Good to know. Good to know.
If you always want to borrow one, I have plenty of them.
I'm just gonna go home and cut mine now.
Yeah, exactly. And you just go, okay, about half. You just cut and don't have to think about being perfect. And then once you're done, you'd be like, that looks pretty good.
Watch, I'm gonna cut too much off it. And I'm gonna come to
no.
Like
go. Remember, you have to treat it like woodworking. Just go. Cut
a little bit at a time.
Like cut maybe like a half inch and be like, is that too short or is that too long? All right,
gotcha. Okay.
Too long. All right, cut it again.
Okay.
And then all right. You learned something today.
I did.
I gave you advice.
I didn't
know
get
what was
why.
wrong with me. Gooberding DK asks, what is your favorite drink to drink on the NSRT show and why?
Coffee.
Matt is usually Starbucks coffee, but right now he didn't have time to go to Starbucks. I don't know why he didn't go to Starbucks, but anyway, he has coffee from our kitchen, which is our Guns and Coffee brand. This is the new one. There's two roasts now. There's the fully loaded, and this is this is the Black Ops or something like that. I think it's called.
I've only had the Arabica fully loaded, and that's the one I suggested through a French press. Because when you push it through a French press,
it's the same. It's very similar, but it's a better.
It's just even really nice. All the acidity.
Yeah, you can. I mean, this is the other one. We could post a link in the description. I'll drink a water, or I was drinking
an energy drink.
I was drinking a Kill Cliff, and then Red Bull sometimes from here and there. Monster, not really. That's your thing with Matt's mind that you haven't done in like a year.
I know, I'm going to have to.
It's okay. So I mean...
I realize that the energy drinks make me super, like...
Yeah, no, I love
jittery.
Red Bull, but I love Red Bull way too much. Like, if I'm really tired, I'll get a Red Bull, but it's...
Like when we're driving to events, that's like #1 priority. Get George.
Because I'm driving.
Yeah. A 0 sugar Red Bull.
No, a sugar-free.
Sugar-free
Red Bull is what I like, but the aspartame is so bad for you that it's like I shouldn't be drinking it, but you almost should be drinking the regular Red Bull over the sugar-free one.
Interesting, because aspartame's so bad.
Yeah.
And it tastes funky.
No, actually, that's the thing. The sugar-free Red Bull tastes pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I actually prefer it over the regular Red Bull in terms of taste. It's really weird. I don't know why.
Evike TV would like to thank our sponsors and remind you to be safe while playing Airsoft. Whenever you're on the field, make sure you're wearing full seal eye protection and keep your airsoft guns in gun bags away from public view. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out our featured video. Evike.com, you want it, we got it.